Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here, and I'm here this morning because I want to do a code review with you. And in this code review, we're going to go over Kaggle's tabular competition, season 3, episode 15. And basically, what they want you to do in this competition is they want you to impute a data frame. And so, I use sklearn's KNN imputer. I used the iterative imputer initially, but I didn't get as good a score, so I decided to stick with the KNN imputer, and that's all they wanted us to do. They didn't want us to make any predictions. They just wanted us to impute the data and then submit our imputations. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read the problem statement. And the problem statement is your objective is to impute the missing values of the feature XE out brackets dash brackets equilibrium quality. So that's what we're going to do. And we did this using Kaggle's free online Jupyter notebook, and it's stored in my account with Kaggle. And what I will do is I will copy the link, and you'll get the link on the description bar in this YouTube video. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to import the libraries. So we're going to import NumPy as NP, which is creates the NumPy arrays and performs numerical computations. We want to import pandas as PT, which creates the data frames and does data processing. We're going to import OS, which goes into the operating system. We're going to import matplotlib, which I didn't use, .pyplot SPLT, which is a visual graphics, and we're going to import Seaborn as SNS, which also I didn't use, which is statistical seasonal graphics. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use OS to get the files. So we got our files. We had two files. One was sample submission and one was data. And then we're going to read the files. Data is going to be the data file, and submission is going to be the submission files. And we are going to use pandas to do that. So this is the data file. You can see that it's got lots of null values, and those null values need to be imputed. So we look at the info. We'll see we've got one integer, which is your ID, and then you've got two objects, which is the author and the geometry, and the rest of them are floats. But the only thing that we really need to worry about is the XE out brackets dash brackets. That's the only thing really that they want us to impute. So we're going to drop the first three columns because we don't need it. The reason why I dropped those columns is because I had tried to use iterative imputer first, and iterative imputer will only impute numeric columns. But whenever I ran it up, the KNN imputer scored better than the iterative imputer. But you really don't need the ID, and the reason why you don't need the ID is because every row of data is indexed. And author and geometry, those were object columns, and so I decided just to drop those as well since they were objects. So we're going to check for null values, and you can see we've got lots of null values. So in this particular code, we're going to, from sklearn.impute, import KNN imputer. KNN imputer operates on the KNN algorithm, where it extracts values from values that are close to it. That's the theory that it uses. So for call in data call equals KNN imputer dot fit transform data call dot values dot reshape -1 1, and then here's your data, and you can see that all of the columns have been imputed. There's no more what should we say, null values there. Check for null values. You'll see that there's not any null values. Now what we do is we set up our submission file. So the submission column with that equals the data column with that, and this is our submission. Check for any null values again. We don't have any null values. And then we prepare the submission to be submitted to Kaggle. Submission.toCSV equals submission.CSV, index equals false. Submission equals PD.readCSV, submission CSV, submission. So you can see this is what Kaggle wanted to see. So Kaggle did not want us to make any predictions. What they wanted us to do was to impute the data. And so I scored a 0.13, which was a better score. But if we come over here to the actual competition question, come over here to the leaderboard, you'll see that I didn't score very well. I got on the leaderboard, but I didn't score very well. I was only 0.13, and a few people scored lower than me. But the highest score was 0.07. And if you come over here and you look at the code, because some people made their code available. So this person, the PS-S3E15, an imputation with R, so they used R to do it, and they got 0.07. And then they did EDA imputing ensemble for beginners, and they got a 0.07 as well. So some people did score better than me. I should say a lot of people scored better than me. But I decided to use sklearn, and these people, they used different algorithms to impute the data, and then because they use different algorithms to impute the data, they scored better. But I just stayed with sklearn. So you can see that when I stayed with sklearn, that it didn't score as well. A lot of people used CatBoost. So CatBoost is another thing that you can use. So what I could do is I could try to use CatBoost and see if I can improve my score. But what this just shows is there's lots of things that you can do with machine learning. I tend to stick to sklearn and TensorFlow and stats models, but people use different algorithms and they use different libraries, and when they use different libraries they can score better. So I might try to improve my score. If I do improve my score, I'll let you know. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this code review because I covered the code, and then I covered the competition, I covered the leaderboard. So I covered everything that I could cover, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I hope that you got something out of it, because if anything, you learn how to impute a null value. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to be notified whenever I make a new video, then please tap the bell button next to the subscribe button, and you will be given a notification every time I make a video. So thank you so much again for watching my video. I look forward to making more code reviews for you in the future.